Yo, what's up guys, this is Mira from Internet Money, and today I will be showing you guys how to make layered melodies and basically how to add on top of a bass melody to create full sounding beats and not just boring average loops and all that. So with that being said, let's get straight into this cookup. And if you're not already, make sure you follow me on twitch.tv/nickmira_ because on there I cook up beats live and you can get all the behind the scenes stuff. And yeah, you can just watch me cook up when I'm not doing tutorials and I'm just hanging out, watch me play guitar, teach you extra stuff. And if you sub to me on there, subscribe on there, not just follow, you'll get extra kits and extra perks and all that. So with that being said, let's get straight to this tutorial. Alright, so first off, I'm going to be talking about how to make your melodies sound more full. And more full basically means more dynamic range. So when you make a melody, you want it to take up a lot of the EQ as possible, as much of it as possible without it sounding bad. And right now I'm gonna play you let's just grab a piano right here so I can show you what it looks like. Let's go to keyboards, grand piano. So I'm gonna play a chord right here, a triad chord. Right here we have this range showing in the EQ, which sounds very dry, as opposed to adding different octaves to this melody, which can make it sound way more full. So we're gonna take this C5, bring it down. It already sounds more full down here, but we're gonna bring it down more even. And then we're gonna take these notes up here, bring them an octave up. I did Control A, or actually I'm doing holding down Control, left clicking and dragging over these, and then holding Shift and left clicking them up. And C5, we're gonna go to C6. See, it sounds way more full like this. If you wanted to go even further, you could do this. But that's what this video is about, layering. So when you make a good melody, a good harmony of instruments, you want to make sure that all your melodies form together and blend in the frequencies to make something that sounds really good. Because most songs that are out there that are really popular, they don't just sound like this. It's very dry. It's very dry and boring sounding, and it's not good for listeners. So in this tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to find the right sounds for your melodies. So right now I'm going to insert a sampler track. It's just an empty track, and I'm going to right click this little pencil up here, and I'm going to get the where is it, the alien scale right here, Aeolian, I like to say alien. And we're just gonna go from C4, or let's do C3, and we're just gonna keep doing every C on this scale. And right now we're creating a ghost channel for our scale, so we can go on the other instruments and see what notes we need to click. So make sure you go over here and go to helpers, make sure ghost channels is on, and then to get off of this we're gonna do Shift N, aka just press none up there. And right now we're gonna make a melody basically using these notes, and then I'll show you how to add different sounds. Make sure I'm on cell. Let me cut these. Basically, I'm doing every other note to make a chord. And then I have these little filler notes just for more bounce and just to make the melody sound better. So one thing in your melodies to make them sound fuller is make sure it depends on your style. If you have a sound that has a lot of release, you can not do this, but with the piano, I like to stretch all the notes out, aka do Control L to connect them to the next notes, just so they last the whole time. There's no empty space. I'm gonna go over here, bring these up. I just did Shift D to shorten it so it was the length of a cell, so I can actually bring it out and it's not past the line. I don't like this chord right here, so I'm actually going to change it. I'm going to bring it down here. There's no real rules for this melody making process right now besides just following the scale, because this is all subjective so what sounds good to you. So right now it sounds pretty dry because we don't have the lower frequencies. We just have the mid. It's just a mid, because a piano is a mid-range frequency instrument. Not much upper mid, not much treble. So we're going to take these notes and then duplicate them, and then do Control down on our keyboard to bring them an octave down. So now we have a bunch of space to work with up here. So now we can come up with counter melodies that will sound good with this melody. So I'm thinking something like see this sound right here? Let's pull up an EQ. It's that mid and upper mid range that we don't have on the piano. Because if we bring the same sound down, you can barely hear it. So there's no point of adding melodies that just create more muddy of a mix. And I actually do think this sound by itself is dry. So what we can do is add it to its own mixer track. I'm going to add some delay on it. I'm going to do a 1/4 delay. This little time knob is going to be on 4. Bring the volume down. I'm actually going to do a 2-step delay. And I want to add a flanger. Or whatever. Actually, I might do a phaser instead. And then just to make it more wonky, I'm going to add gross beat on it. I have some gross beat banks I like to resort to. You can get them at wavesupply.net if you want them. It's in the description, but... So we still have some more room for other instruments, and it's good in the beat if we take out the piano here and there to let the beat breathe. So we're actually going to copy this piano pattern and switch it to a different sound. Right now I'm going to go to ElectraX and try to find like an ARP or something that has a lot of mid frequencies that can replace the piano. And a trick I like doing on mid frequency instruments to add low end without putting a note there is I like to open up gross beat, and then once I have gross beat, I do the little halftime. My bad, I was turning some tabs off to reduce the light on my face. But gross beat, I'll go to This is just a pattern I made. It's like the same as this, but it's just quicker. And then I'll reduce the time knob. But we still don't want it clashing with the 808, so we're going to lower frequency down here. And I'm going to change the preset, find something I like. See, it still has mid, and it also has the high frequencies. Now, actually, instead of Omnisphere, I'm going to use Nexus, because I want to show you guys that you can use a variety of different whatchamacallit, VSTs, so you won't get stuck to just using one, because you don't need Omnisphere, which is a VST with a lot of sounds, to make good melodies. You can make them using anything if you just use effects and you know how to layer stuff right. I'm gonna grab this Prid sidechain bass right here, and then copy the bass notes. So then when you have the drums and all that come in, you can take out the synth bass, add an 808, and it still sounds good. Now, as you can hear, the counter melody isn't too prominent, so if you wanted to add another melody, let's say like a flute, you could go in, let's see, it's been a while since I've used this. Woodwind should be up. Here it is. I'm gonna go to piccolo. We'll try this. Open up the EQ. The flute is a little loud, and that is one thing you need to be careful of when making melodies. Making sure everything's leveled so no one instrument is way louder than the other. Except for some counter melodies, you want to duck down so they're not as able to be heard. Like, you don't want this counter melody to be the main sound. Turn it down. now we'll play all the melodies together. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I go about making full sounding melodies and full sounding beats. You really don't even need to have this many sounds. I just use this for an example, but you know, if you wanted to, you could just have, you know, a couple sounds like this. It all depends on your style, really. But with that being said, thank you for you know, sticking this far in the video and watching this. So shout out to you. And if you're not already, make sure you go follow me on twitch.tv/nickmira_. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all the same, nickmira_. And if you want some of the kits that I use most of the time, pretty much 90% of the time, all my kits that I made myself are at wavesupply.net in the description. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I'm out.